This here is a powerful 800 watt amp from Italy that's rather small. And this is the cabinet that was sent to me along for this review that only weighs 7 kilos. That means it's the lightest 2x10 cabinet in the world today. Let's check it out. Hi everyone, welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor Fries and today I'm accompanied by my friend René Flexenhaar playing a bunch of basses through the GR Bass 1 head and the AT210V Cabinet. During the recording session I grabbed the DI signal from the amp and put a microphone in front of the cabinet, just so you know what you're hearing. There's minimal post-processing because both signals sounded incredibly good right out of the gate. In most clips I didn't even have to touch the EQ in my editing program, which is a sign to me that we're working with a very serious and professional amp here. The amp might not look spectacular, that was at least my first impression, but it kept growing on me the more I worked with it until I came to the conclusion that it's probably the most complete design we have in the league of these mini Class D amps. It has everything, so let's have a closer look. Let's start with the obvious stuff. We have controls for gain, a forward EQ and 3 volume controls on the right. The first is for the DI out on the back, the second is for the headphone out right next to it, and the third one is a master volume to control the internal power amp. So far things are still kinda normal, but even here I already applaud this trinity of volume controls. This shows a proper obsession to details. Now let's look at the not so obvious stuff on the front panel. The aux in next to the input is a nice touch, but that's not what I mean. It's the EQ that really impresses me. In addition to the forward EQ we have a deep and a bright switch to add extra lows and highs. And then we have these 3 tiny dip switches under the controls. The first and the third one are there to select frequency ranges for the low and the high mids, but the one in the middle is my personal favorite. With this you can bypass the entire EQ to achieve the purest sound possible. If your bass sounds good as it is or you control everything from an active onboard preamp, you don't really need an EQ in your amp. And now let's finally address the LEDs. Yes, they're cool, but I think they can get a bit annoying and be straight up too attention seeking at certain shows. That's why GR Bass has installed this tiny little button up here where you can put it in different modes and even deactivate it entirely. And if you mute the amp, here's a little button for that. These LEDs actually become an onboard tuner. On the back, things are a bit more standard. We have 2 speaker-on-speaker outs, an XLR DI out, an FX loop, and here's one last cool feature. There's a 9-volt out to power a pedal. This might seem a bit random, but I think it's a great idea for those who use an always-on pedal on their amp, something like a compressor maybe, or something like a low-gain dirt pedal. This amp is great, I'm very impressed, and not just by its features, especially also by its sound. It's very clean, very true, very direct, just how I like them. Now let's move on to the cabinet. Specs first. This is a 2x10 bass cap with 2 Jensen speakers and a 1-inch horn driver for the top end. This version here can handle 400 watts RMS at 8 ohms, which means it's safe to use with the GR1 amp, which happens to deliver 400 watts at 8 ohms. For the full 800 watts power you would need a 4-ohm cabinet or 2 of these here. GR Bass also makes a plus version that can handle up to 600 watts, if you want to make sure, and I've seen they also make powered cabinets, but that's for another video. The most spectacular feature is of course this incredible low weight of 7 kilos, which are 15.4 pounds. For our American viewers, that's something like 37 hot dogs. GR achieves this by using carbon fiber for the housing, which is an incredibly lightweight material that's extremely durable at the same time. It sounds really good, live or in a rehearsal room as a personal monitor. This is great. On the back we have a control panel with a speaker in, a link for another cabinet and 2 switches, one to activate the tweeter and one with 3 settings to adjust its strength. I'm impressed! I know I say that often, but this time I'm very impressed. This is the perfect modern, lightweight setup with great sound and build quality. There's even a studio mode that allows you to deactivate the fan to make this amp absolutely silent. I mean, perfection. The cab comes with a slightly above average price, which is probably caused by the materials, but the amp is exactly where I want it to be. This is cool. Great job everyone at GR Bass. If you want to check them out, I've put some links in the video description below. If you buy anything through them, that's a super easy way to support our channel, because these dealers will pay us a little kickback. Of course, you can also buy our beautiful merch. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching and auf Wiedersehen. BassTheWorld.